Hello, friends. Welcome back to Big Goal Energy. Today's episode is based on a bunch of conversations that I have been having with a lot of people, not only clients, but also colleagues, and also something I'm facing myself. There seems to be this idea, especially ingrained in women, that if we want to be ambitious or if we want to achieve the big goals that we have, therefore, we need to work really, really, really hard. Therefore, we need to sacrifice ourselves, put ourselves into detrimental situations, whether it be energy wise, health wise, mental health wise, whatever, to achieve these goals. And I've been on this journey for at least the last several years to be exploring where that intersection of my best self, my health, my wealth, my thriving intersects with a very successful and profitable business. For far too long, we've existed in this society that has told us, well, if you want to have success, therefore you need to overwork. Look at any of the movies out there, especially the ones in the 90s and the 2000s. It's getting to be Christmas time, the ones where the dad or the working mom is like working way too much, right? Elf is a perfect example of this. So we'll get into all of this in today's episode. Thank you for joining me for Big Ol' Energy. Make sure you're subscribed. I will BRB with some more insights on this and how to apply some of these changes in your business because 2025, we are not about the overworking life, y'all. It is time to underwork and overlive.
I can tell you've got big goal energy. Are you ready to turn your wildest dreams into your everyday reality? You are in the right place. Welcome to Big Goal Energy, the podcast that helps you turn your audacious and delusional dreams into your everyday life. We know that you don't settle for the ordinary, that you have dreams which others may deem unrealistic. But here, we help you defy reality and bring those dreams to life. Each episode of Big Goal Energy empowers you with knowledge, inspiration, and mentorship to conquer your most unrealistic goals. From transparent roundtable conversations to short-form episodes, you'll hear the experiences of women who have defied reality, as well as learn practical tips and strategies to fuel your journey. Join us by subscribing to Big Goal Energy, and together we'll turn your audacious dreams into remarkable achievements.
Hello. Welcome back to Big Goal Energy. If you are new here, thank you for joining me. My name's Bree Seeley. I'm the entrepreneur coach. My business is about to turn 10 years old. I have been doing this in various iterations. I love this podcast. I love being in your ears every single week and giving you insights about how to be a better entrepreneur. Some of these podcast episodes, obviously, are strategy based. Some of these are mindset based, habit based, identity based, being based. I'm very happy and excited you're here. Today is a topic that I've been exploring for the last few years around this idea of overworking and underliving. Pretty much every ambitious, high achieving woman I know is working way too fucking hard for the results she's getting, present company included. I've really started to question what is it about overworking and underliving that keeps us stuck in this cycle when it's not actually giving us the things that we want in our businesses. Some of it is cultural. Like I was saying in the introduction, we're faced with all of this imagery and these stories of all of these parents, again, especially in holiday movies. I can think of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I can think of Elf. There's so many of these movies where the parent, the working parent, is just working way too hard. And then they have a whole aha moment in the movie about how they're working way too hard and missing out on the quality time with their families. The perfect one in this is Elf. He's in the boardroom giving his pitch on Christmas Eve, and his son comes in, and his son is like, "Dad, Buddy the Elf ran away. We need to go get him." And the dad's like, No, I'm working, son." It's almost like it's glamorized or exalted in our culture to work ourselves to the ground. Personally, can name people that have gotten divorces recently because they work too much. I can name people who are having massive health conditions right now because they are overworking. I look at this trend, I look at this phenomenon, and I'm like, why, if we know that the richest people in the world are not overworking, why are we continuing down this pathway? Why are we continuing to overwork when it's not getting us the results we want? It's putting us into precarious situations to lose relationships or lose our health or whatever. And it's not fun. This is not why any of us started our businesses. This is not why any of us became entrepreneurs. I've been reading this really, really fascinating book lately. Some of you know that I have come to the realization that I have ADHD this year. I'm reading this book called How to ADHD. Side note, brilliant fucking book. Really love it. If you have ADHD, suspect that you have ADHD, suspect that you're neurotypical in any way, this book has been really phenomenal. And there's a quote that she says in there, and this is so true. So many, if you're listening to this with ADHD right now, you're going to feel like I just punched you. She says in the book, if your plate is full, do not go get another plate. Yet that's what so many of us are doing. Again, present company included. Why are we all working so hard? Our plates are full. We're going and getting more plates to do more things instead of actually just whittling down what we're doing and being smarter about how our businesses are designed and how our businesses are set up to get better results. One of my favorite books, I've actually read it 2 years in a row. I read it this year, and then I also read it in 2023, is the book 10X is Easier Than 2X. And what's so interesting about this book that I say this to people and they're like, that math doesn't add up. They say in the book, in order to 10X your business, you actually need to do 80% less. Let me say that again. In order to 10X your business, you need to do 80% less. Now, what does that mean and what does that look like? The theory is, we've all heard, 20% of what you're currently doing is getting you 80% of the results. Why would you continue to do the 80% of things that are not getting you results when you could just not do that 80% and just do more of the 20%? Does that make sense? If you were to say do 5 times more of just that 20% that's getting you the 80% of results, you would exponentially grow your business without actually overworking yourself or overtaxing yourself. You say it and you're like, oh, that kind of makes sense, but also how? How do I do that? We're going to take a quick little break. And then when we come back, we're going to walk through exactly how to start identifying what your 20% is and how to do more of it in your business. BRB.
Are you an entrepreneur with a bigger vision for your business but no clear path to build it? You need strategy, accountability, and community to transform the business you have into the entrepreneurial legacy you dream of. No more overworking for mediocre results. No more confusion about achieving your massive dreams. No more doubting your audacious goals. The Foundry is your opportunity to say yes to the big goals within you and build them with ease and alignment. Apply now to become one of just 10 entrepreneurs in this exclusive mastermind. Visit breesealy.com/mastermind and don't wait. Your legacy starts today.
Okay, so recapping, 20% of what you're currently doing is getting you 80% of your results. So if you were to do more of that 20%, you're going to get more of that 80% of the results. The question becomes, though, how do you identify, of all the things you're doing, how do you identify what's in the 20% and what's in the 80%? The first thing you need to sit down and do is you need to sit down and time track. First of all, you got to know where your energy and where your actions are going in order to understand what's working and what's not working. There's a few tools out there to do time tracking, or you can do it the old-fashioned way and I would write down every 15-minute increment throughout your day and put a notebook next to you and just jot down like, oh, I did this and I did this and I did this and I did this. I guarantee you, especially if you're neurodivergent, at least 80% of what you're doing is busy work. Once you look at that and then add into it the results that each of those actions throughout your day is creating for you, you begin to get a very clear picture of what your 20% is and what your 80% is. Now, there's going to be 80% things in your business that you have to keep doing, like taxes and bookkeeping. But do you have to be the one to do it? So, step one, time tracking. Step two, adding into that time tracking what each and every one of those actions resulted in for your business. Step three, go through that 80% list of all the things you're doing that are not bringing you results in your business and look at what can I outsource and what can I delegate. Now, this does not mean that you need to go out and hire a full time employee. That is not what this means. It may mean that you need to get a 5 hour a week VA. It may mean that you need to get a bookkeeping app that can automatically do these things for you. There are so many different options out there nowadays that do not look like you hiring on a full time employee. At the stage of business that you're in, it's probably not necessary and it would probably kill your business. So go through that 80% list of the things that are not producing you results and look at where you can either stop doing said things, where you can delegate them, or where you could bring in a piece of technology that is going to help minimize the time that you spend on those things. Next, we want to look at that 20% list. What is the 20% of things that are currently getting you results? How can you turn up the heat, turn up the fire on those 20% of things that are actually getting you results? Now, this may have to be something that you do more than once. You may have to do it for several days in a row. You may have to do it for several weeks to get a full, true picture of what's going on in your business. One of the most important things I do in my business is every single Friday, I have a weekly check in. During that weekly check in, my job is to look at all of this stuff. What brought me results this week? Where did my new clients come from this week? What helped me grow my email list this week? What helped me grow my social media accounts this week? What is working in my business and what is not working in my business? Where did I spend time where I did not get a return on investment in my time? And how can I either eliminate, outsource, or find a piece of technology to start taking care of those actions in my business? The more and more and more and more you do this, the more and more and more you are going to be refining your process, giving you permission to do less and create more results. Now, if you're like, Bree, I am so lost. I have no idea how to do this, what this means, what this looks like, how to even start implementing this in my business. The Foundry Women's Business Mastermind is currently open for applications. We already have several women who are in and enrolled and paid and ready to go in January. If you would like to be one of them, please visit breeseely.com/mastermind. You are going to have to fill out an application. I don't get on the phone with just everyone. I need to know a lot about your business to know whether or not this may be a good fit for you. So make sure that you fill out the application completely and thoroughly, and then someone from my team will get back to you. What we do in the Foundry is this: we cut the fat, we get you to stop doing the things that aren't working, we turn up the heat on the things that are working, getting you to do more of those. You get a absolutely solid business strategy, but also a personal success strategy. Because again, if you're sacrificing yourself for your business, that is never going to work. You're going to burn out before you reach the results that you want in your business. And I've done this with a ton of women. You can visit tv.breeseely.com and look at all of the testimonials of the hundreds of women that I have worked with recently. And truly, more than anything, I just really want to encourage you to look at your business practices. Is how you're running your business right now currently sustainable? Are you going to be able to maintain this pace for the next year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? And if not, do something about it today, because Continuing to feel like shit in your business is not going to lead you to the goals that you have for your business. If you feel like shit on the journey, you're going to feel like shit when you reach the goals. What we're all about here at Big Goal Energy is knowing that big goal energy people prioritize themselves. They do not lose themselves for their ambition. Their ambition gets to light a fire under them, but it does not get to control them. It does not get to harm them. It gets to be this beautiful fuel that keeps us going, but not in spite of our health or our wealth or our relationships. Whether or not you believe that it's possible to have it all, I truly think that we all deserve to be thriving in all of those areas of our life. And that being a business owner doesn't mean that we have to be sick or that we don't get to have the right people around us or that we have to sacrifice everything about who we are in order to be successful. I think the Venn diagram of you and your business and success, I think all of those three circles all need to overlap all the time. I'm so grateful that you joined me on today's episode of Big Goal Energy. Please make sure that you are subscribed. There's some really incredible episodes coming up about mental health and wealth and taking action and business strategy and so much more. I'm the entrepreneur coach, Bree Seeley. So grateful that you are here with me. Please hit subscribe. If you're feeling extra generous, you can leave a rating or review, and I will see you on next week's episode.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Big Goal Energy. We trust that it fueled your ambition and made you feel seen. We are a community of ambitious female entrepreneurs like you. Come join us in the Big Goal Energy community by visiting breeseeley.com/community. In the meantime, send your questions for us to cover in the episodes to info@breeseeley.com. Together, we'll turn your audacious dreams into remarkable achievements. Cheers to defying reality. See you on the next episode.